Hey guys, welcome to the fourth video in this Pandas Crash Course playlist, where I keep each video around 5 to 10 minutes long. So in today's lesson, we're going to be talking about filtering data in Pandas. So with that being said, let's get right into it. In the previous lesson, we talked about selecting specific rows and columns from a data frame. If you saw that previous video, then you saw that we ended it off by talking about a topic called Boolean masking. So today we're going to expand on that, and we're going to talk about what goes on behind the scenes. So let's say we have this small data frame over here. It contains two columns, name and score, and we have 4 rows. If we have this condition where we say df score is greater than 90, what that's going to do is Panda is going to create a temporary series that stores Boolean values. So we can see over here we have another series, and true represents when that row is meeting the condition, while false represents when the row does not meet the condition. If we line it up like that, then it makes more sense, because we can see here that this score of 85 is false because it's less than 90. This score of 74 is false because it's also less than 90. So this allows Pandas to check each row one by one and only keep the rows where the values of this series is true. This allows Pandas to check each row one by one. And so we're only going to keep the rows that have true in the temporary series that we have. So if we do df and then we pass in the condition inside the outer score brackets, that's going to do the Boolean masking. I'm going to be doing more of this later in this video, so keep watching because you're going to feel more comfortable using this notation. As usual, we're going to import the pandas library by saying import pandas as pd, and then we're going to be reading in the CSV file of the data, and it's going to be stateCrimestats.csv. So df.head, and that's going to return the first 5 rows in the data frame. All right, now that you understand what a Boolean mask is, we're going to talk about single condition filtering. What that is we're basically applying one rule in our filtering. If you look at this basic format, you can see here that it's just the single condition within the outer square brackets, just like I mentioned before. So let's do an example with the year column. Let's say df and then year, just to explore and see what it looks like. So that just returns the series of all the years. And now we're going to say df, and then we're going to also say df and a year. And let's say we want to only return the rows where the year is equal to 2005. It's exactly the same as an if statement. However, instead of having the if keyword, we're not including that in this case because the Pandas data frame automatically does the filtering based on whatever rule we give it. So if we run that, then it's only going to return the rows where the year is equal to 2005. It's pretty straightforward, and let's do another example just to make this concept even more clear. So let's explore the column that's called crime count burglary. And so this is going to return the series, and then we're going to do the single condition filtering again. So we say df, and then inside these square brackets, we pass in the condition, and let's say that we want it to be greater than 50,000. And let's run that, and then we'll see here all the rows that contain the corresponding condition. So these represent all the states that have the high burglary amounts. All right, now let's talk about multiple condition filtering. And this is where we pass in more than one condition. In this table, you see symbols, and each symbol represents a different meaning. So let me talk about the first one, which is using the ampersand operator. This ampersand operator means that both conditions must be true. So for this example, Alabama and robbery, we have to say df, and then we pass in our first condition, which is df, and then state is equal to equals Alabama. And then when we list our next condition, we use the ampersand operator. We also need to make sure, this is a mistake that many beginners make, is that they forget to include the parentheses. So that is something we need to make sure we do when we're dealing with multiple conditions. In this case, we're going to wrap the next condition in parentheses and say df, and then if I scroll up to the column name, it's going to be crime count robbery. And let's say this is greater than 50,000. And I got to put this inside the parenthesis like that. So if we run that, then we see we get no rows, which means that there are no rows that fall under both these conditions. So let me decrease the robbery value, and now we can see we do have a few rows where the robbery count is greater than 5,000, as well as the state is equal to Alabama. I hope that makes sense. Okay, this next example is going to highlight the OR operator, and this uses the pipe operator, if that's what it's called. So I'm going to say df. If I go in this cell, I'm going to say df, and then we're going to pass in the first condition, which is df.state, or df state is equal to Washington, and we need to make sure to have our parentheses, and then we're going to use the pipe and then say df state is equal to California, and put that inside parentheses. So if we run that, this is going to give us all the rows where the state is equal to California, or if it's equal to Washington. Because we said or, we're able to see all of these rows. If we said and, then it would not work, because a row cannot have two states at the same time. That's why for this one we need to say or. And so whenever you're analyzing a data set and you want to filter something, you need to think about what column you're filtering on, and you need to think about the use case. And based on that use case and column, you can decide whether it's appropriate to use an AND operator or an OR operator. Now we're going to talk about reversing conditions. And this is when we want to filter for rows that do not match a condition. So we're going to use this operator to reverse the condition that we specify. Let's say that we want to get all the rows from the data set that do not correspond with a state of Alabama. So we're going to say this operator, and then we're going to pass in the parentheses and then say df state equal to Alabama. And for this case, we need to make sure to include parentheses to tell Pandas what condition we want to reverse. So if we run that, then we can see that Alabama is excluded from this result. We can also reverse multiple conditions at once. So we can say df, and then we use the operator, the reverse operator, and then we say in parentheses, and then in parentheses again, we're going to say df state, and let's say we don't want Washington. And you got to make sure to get the parentheses right, because it can get a little bit confusing once we have a lot of parentheses in our code. So we're going to say we don't want the state of Washington, and we don't want the state, or we don't want the year of 2015. So what this is going to do is it's going to retrieve us all the rows that don't include a state of Washington and a year of 2015. I hope that makes sense. I know it can get a little tricky with all these parentheses, but the more you practice this, the more comfortable you're going to get at it. All right, last but not least, we're going to talk about how you can save a filtered data frame. Because after you're done with all your cleaning, you may want to save that new data frame in another source. This is how we do it. We're going to create another variable. So in this case, I'm going to call this data frame high crime robbery df. Could be anything you want. I just chose it that because it matches the condition that we're going to do. So if you look at this example, we're going to put that in our cell. So we're going to say crime count robbery is greater than 5,000. And so once we do this, that's not going to return everything because it's stored in a variable and we didn't specify Jupyter to execute a certain action. However, if we create a new cell and then say high crime robbery df.head, that is going to return the filtered data frame based on whatever condition we specified. That's really important to remember because whenever we perform Boolean masking, it is not in place. And what that means is it does not modify the original data frame. If we wanted to put this in another another data frame, we have to explicitly say so. All right, so that's all I got for this lesson. I hope you learned something new, and in the next lesson, we're going to dive deeper into cleaning data. So make sure to stay tuned for that video. If you haven't checked out my other previous lessons, then I highly encourage you to check them out. Hopefully I see you in those videos, and thank you guys for watching.